Welcome back to the Southampton career mode here on FIFA 23. We're very nearly at the end of this fourth season and still very much in the hunt for 2 trophies. We find ourselves with an FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool on the horizon, as well as the second leg against Inter Milan in the Europa League quarter-finals, hoping to get through to the semi-finals after a 2-1 first leg victory. So we'll play the Inter game, we'll play the Liverpool game and see where we're at with regards the semi-finals, should we get there, of the Europa League. Hopefully we can make it through to the final of both competitions. Hopefully we can win both competitions before we say goodbye to this Southampton career mode. F1 Manager stuff is going to be on the way to you very, very soon indeed. In fact, by the time you see this, there may be double uploads and there may well have been an F1 Manager video come to you already. I'm not sure on the timeline at the moment, but we're certainly recording a lot of second channel content at the minute, whilst being in between saves on the main channel. So you might end up with a few double uploads here on ChesnoidPlays. So do make sure you're subscribed and make sure you hit the like button as well, so that the content continues to get pushed and we can continue to grow the channel. And of course, hit the notification bell and you won't miss a video regardless of how many are uploaded on any given day. We're 1-0 up here against relegation threatened Brighton already, and hopefully that one won't be the last. With that offside, that'll be 3 points here against Brighton. With the games in hand still being in our favour. We had 11 shots in that game. Only scored the 1 goal, which, to be fair, is probably a little bit concerning. But we still get the dub, so we won't complain too much. And in the Premier League, I think we're likely to finish in the top 4 now. The title is still very much away from us. 2 points behind Manchester United with a game in hand. We can, if we win all of our remaining games, get into the top 4. And with 7 games to go, 21 points available, we are still 10 points behind Manchester City. If only we could have won against them in the game we had the other day, then maybe there might have been a slim chance of potentially winning the title. Let's go and travel to San Siro then and ensure our progression in the Europa League after a good first leg win. All we've got to do is make sure we don't lose and we'll be through. Onana in goal for them once again. I believe that's the same lineup that played in the first leg in the last episode. So fingers crossed, just as we beat them before, we can beat them again. They do have on loan from ourselves Broja on the bench, but hopefully they don't use him. I purposefully didn't put him in their starting lineup because I don't think... Actually, no, in Europe, loanees can play against their parent clubs, can't they? The example that always comes back to my mind is Thibaut Courtois playing for Atleti on loan against Chelsea in the Champions League. Admittedly, it's probably about 10 years ago now, but there was a whole uproar about it at the time, especially considering Atleti won on that particular occasion, that particular year in the Champions League. But I think in Europe, loanees can play against parent clubs, and in domestic competition, in England at least, they can't. Hopefully here, we don't get caught out by Broja coming on off the bench to give Inter Milan progression to the semi-finals of the Cup. That is not how we want things to happen today. Into Scamacca. Plenty of space here for Nicolo Ravella. We'll lay that in front of Sulemana, and he's surely going to score from there. Maybe we'll just let him bring Broja on, because I don't think they're going to do anything. Although he thought the same against Lyon, and it very nearly went tits up, didn't it? We lead by a goal to 0. Agume. Jota nicely to Elise. And Tierney's trying his hardest, but he's only ended up face planting the floor. Lofted in, and Elise with a header. It's a good save by the goalkeeper to keep him out. Former Crystal Palace man, now certainly having moved up in the world. You imagine he will get, at some point in his career, a move away from Palace to a bigger club as well, more prestigious club. No offence, Crystal Palace, but you certainly would admit yourselves that you don't compare to Inter Milan. And it's the calibre of club that certainly Elise has the talent to try and earn a position at. We'll wait and see what happens. Very excited about Michael Elise and Eberechi Eze's careers at Crystal Palace. Both fantastically promising young men. Danjuma in the box here. For a second time they've tried to square it, and for a second time we'll deal with it. Into Gallagher. And there's Ludovic Blas. Might open up a little bit. Got 1-2. Taking a number of defenders out of the game, and Onana at full stretch makes a very good save. That was close. Another one would probably put the definitive, yes, we're definitely getting through stamp on it. Sulemana, Ibrahim does well. Gallagher, drop the shoulder, Ravella, Blas is here. On his left, Ludovic Blas well blocked by the defender to ensure that still we don't have another goal. Into Danjuma, out here to Harvey Barnes. Lovely little flick. Inter have been really good so far. It didn't quite work for me, and they very nearly had the goal that their play deserves. I did rush the pass that gave them possession back. Thankfully, Livakovic has been well worth the money since we brought him in. So a couple of the other players we've brought in as well. We've been very lucky in this save that almost every single signing we've made has genuinely had a big impact on the team. A solid challenge from Michael Elise. In caught in possession there. In most saves, you do get the occasional dud signing where you're like, I bought you, and it just hasn't really worked out. In this one, I think we've been very, very fortunate that the majority of our signings have all not just been decent, but actually very good. Half an hour to play here. Those signings are going to help get us to a European semi-final once more in back-to-back seasons. There's the final whistle. That's us through to the semi-finals of the Europa League. After winning the Conference League last season, we're looking to step it up this year. And at the minute, we are stepping it up. Now then, can we reach an FA Cup final? That's semis reached in both cup competitions we're still involved with. But now's the big one. Now's the semi at Wembley. And we will get either Stade Rennais, Real Madrid or Napoli. I think you could probably guess which one I would rather have in the semi-finals of the Europa League. And in those semi-finals, we have gotten Napoli. Okay, it's not as bad as it could have been, but it's still not great. Liverpool next on the way. 1-0 Norwich from the set piece. Solis, the man just off the bench, in fact, prior to that set piece, I believe, flicks home the goal to give Norwich a 1-0 lead here at St Mary's. We're not that bothered about the Premier League. Well, we're not bothered at all about the Premier League at the moment, but still don't want to get embarrassed at home against bottom of the table, do you? Regardless of whether you actually give a shit or not. Gentlemen, pull your finger out, please. Keeping form is still going to be important for morale and sharpness, etc. So let's try and get back in this, shall we, please? 20 to go. We've had all the chances. It's Norwich's only shot. We've had 7, but we can't score. That said, Skamaka's in one-on-one, and now we've scored. Go on, Marcus. Find a teammate. Go on, Jim Jams. Ibrahim. That'll be game then. Nearly. Nearly is not good enough. Hopefully, it's only the Premier League where it's nearly. And the FA Cup and Europa League will be more than nearly. It will be absolutely yes, 100%. You did it. Well done. Aston Villa next. Cut it back. Go on. Hey! Marcus Thuram. We lead by a goal to 0. Wearing the captain's armband, actually, inadvertently. And leading by example, as he has done since he came in. Marcus Thuram is quite simply just a goal machine. Oh, see? He's quite simply just a goal machine. He makes it 2. That didn't take long. It'll be 3-0 or nothing. It'll be 3-0. Marcus Thuram gets the assist and he can create goals just as well as he scores them. That was much more like it from us in a simulated game. Massive win against Aston Villa. We struggle against Norwich. We struggle against Brighton, who are both in the relegation zone. But play against a team that actually are half decent and run away with it. Don't complain, Ches. A win's a win. Points are points. And now, hopefully, progression is progression to Wembley Stadium for the FA Cup semi-final. Liverpool with Alisson in goal, as you would expect. Former Southampton future star Roman Brown still in their centre-back partnership with Lukeba. Gakpo, Nunez and Rodrigo, the front three. Gavi, Soler and Pogba in the midfield for them. Another former Southampton man, Tino Livramento, still at right back for them. Signed from us a couple of seasons ago and has been first team at Anfield ever since. But they're not at Anfield now. Admittedly, we're not at St Mary's either. We're in the home dressing room, so we get to play in our home kit. And hopefully, we'll be taking something home with us. That being the knowledge that we're coming back to Wembley again for the FA Cup final. And if it starts as well as it might well have done here, if it weren't for Alisson, then you'd say that we're definite favourites. Oh man, that was so close to a perfect dream start. Blast with the delivery. Skamaka's underneath it. It's good. Not only is it a good header, it's an unbelievable header. Alisson has saved it onto the post. Oh, Blast used a hand. And then it's gone literally across the line to the man that's there waiting to hook it clear off the line, not to stab it home. Twice in the opening 5 minutes, we could have taken a 1-0 lead. Oh, what a ball. You don't catch Darwin when he's away like that, and he doesn't miss. 1-0 to the Reds. The wrong Reds in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. Darwin Nunez with the simplest finish he'll have for a little while. Simple ball straight through the middle. Easy finish. Nice intercepted by Tierney. Cassine step there. He intercepted, or read that, should I say, very well indeed, to then go and intercept it. Oh, caught from behind late. Tierney and Ibrahim. Unbelievable footwork to keep possession, but nowhere to go with it. Scamacca. There you go. There's the equalising goal made by Ibrahim's unbelievable footwork in the box to just to maintain possession. And then Scamacca is able to spin his man and with pure shot power beat Alisson at his near post. We're level after half an hour. Oh, they've split our defence in two again. Rodrigo's in behind and he's got Cody Gakpo there. And Livakovic gets across to him superbly well to deny Liverpool a goal to go back in front. Darwin, Gavi is going to bobble free. It wasn't an intentional pass, but still Liverpool are in dangerous positions. Luke Shaw in a good defensive position. Fran Garcia into Cody Gakpo. Oh, left him for dead. Absolutely ruined Serginho Dest's career there, Cody Gakpo. Thankfully, we've dealt with it and we will get rid. But, oh, that was dangerous for a moment there. Blas. Sit the defender down. Turns out Serginho Dest isn't the only defender having his career ruined. Conor Gallagher's in the box. Just need to try and find the power at the near post the same way that Gianluca Scamacca did, but can't do so. Alisson makes a good save, but still we've won the ball back. And danger persists here. Danger does not persist. Danger persists here. Tierney inside. Scamacca was meant for Ibrahim. Oh, brilliant. Scamacca deflected off defender and goalkeeper and into the net. Southampton 2, Liverpool 1. Scamacca at the double. That might go down as an own goal if the first shot was off target. Couldn't really tell from the camera angle whether it was or not. That pass there was actually much better than I thought it was going to be. Was the first shot on target? We'll probably be able to see from this angle. No, I'm not even sure it was, you know. I think that might go down as an own goal off either Roman Brown or the goalkeeper. Jurgen Klopp can't believe it. And no, it does go down as Scamacca's goal. So a brace for Gianluca at Wembley. I see the space for the man all the way over there. Sulemana. Good header. Blas. Scamacca. Ibrahim, open up the taps, mate. Let fly into the middle. Oh, Ludovic Blas. 3-1 Southampton. Liverpool caught on the counter-attack. They're absolutely dead and buried now. Gallagher over the top. Never mind. Final whistle sounds at Wembley, and we will be coming back for an FA Cup final. So far, the plan to concentrate on the Cups is working perfectly. All we need to do now is get ourselves to the other final by beating Napoli. That one's going to be probably a little bit more difficult than that. And it was difficult enough against that Liverpool side, especially after having gone 1-0 down. But we fought hard, dug deep and got the result. And it will be Newcastle that we play in the FA Cup final. Intriguing. We played Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final in the RTG on the main channel. And now we meet them in a cup final at Wembley once more. Unai Simon in goal for Napoli. They've still got Kvaratskhelia on the left-hand side up top. Yuri Tielemans in the midfield. Thomas Lemar out on the right-hand side. They've got Joško Gvardiol, the new Manchester City man, at centre-back. Unai Simon in between the sticks for them, as we mentioned. Joško Gvardiol, actually, I say new City man. Didn't Joško Gvardiol fail a medical? I might be off with that. swear someone in my live chat a couple of days ago said that Josko Fadiol had actually failed his medical, so he might not be a new Manchester City man yet. But by the time you see this, it might have been resolved. I'm not sure. Hopefully we can resolve one thing, and that is our progression through to the final of the Europa League. Please, if you don't mind, Napoli, that would be lovely. Into Zambo and Gisa. There's space here now down the wing for Van Evek to get into. That's a lovely ball into Elmas, and Thomas Lemar cutting inside from that wing is always going to be dangerous. Can play centrally, can play out wide. Got a decent shot, got a good pass. And one thing he doesn't really have is physicality, but if he's good enough with the dribble, he can stay away and you don't get near him to outmuscle him in the first place. Napoli with a good opportunity there to try and force the issue for the first goal of the game, but they couldn't quite do it. Now Serginho Dest will look for Scamacca, but Josko Fadiol, one of the highest rated players on the pitch today, puts in a good interception. Kvaratskhelia, I believe, is the joint highest rated player on the pitch with, oh, that's unfortunate for them, with Sulemana at 88. Josko 87. Napoli. Alright, Mr. Cabral. When did Artur Cabral get that good at slide tackling? Elmas with the outside of his foot. It's all Napoli so far. It's Kieran Tierney. Nice turn his side to Conor Gallagher. And then Nicola Ravella. All Prowls looking for Sulemana. Gunter's caught on his heels a bit, but Unai Simon positioned brilliantly to deny us the opening goal of the game. Come on, Jimmy. Oh, James Ward-Prowse. Unai Simon is proving to be a fantastic goalkeeper so far in this fixture. It's a couple of very impressive saves he's made to this point in the first half, particularly that one there from James Ward-Prowse, the main man, Southampton through and through, but couldn't get the ball to go through over the line. We stay at 0-0 at half-time. Artur Cabral. Oh, and Gunter's got away from me. Twice. Elmas! There are chances for both sides in this game and in this tie. This is the most difficult knockout stage tie we've faced so far. By a long shot. Lyon ultimately was only as difficult as it was because of the difficulty in the sim. Oh, it's brilliant from James Ward-Prowse. And finally we've made the breakthrough. And it's old Jim Jams once more in the 59th minute. It's Southampton 1, Napoli 0. We take the lead in the Europa League semi-final. Just as I'm saying, oh, it's the most difficult we've had so far. Then we go and score. It's going to be a slim 1-0 win away from home against Napoli. But a win is a win. And we have the advantage for the second leg to come in the next episode. Oh, it could have been more. It equally could have been less. A very nervy, tight game of football. Unsurprisingly, Real Madrid have bossed Stade Rennais in the other semi-final. So whoever wins between ourselves and Napoli will certainly be playing the Spanish Giants in the final. But it will be either Napoli or ourselves. We find ourselves still with 5 games to go in the league. And still Manchester City just refuse to do anything but win. They're 9 points clear with 9 points available. So Manchester City have effectively won the bloody Premier League now already at this early stage. Unfortunately for us, we can only get as far as 77 with the amount of points we have available to us. So we certainly won't be winning the league at all. Manchester City are going to get that dub. So in the next episode, we'll have the second leg against Napoli. We'll finish the Premier League. We'll have the FA Cup final against Newcastle. And hopefully a Europa League final against Real Madrid as well. But that is all for today's episode. Do make sure you drop the video a like and you subscribe to the channel. And you come and join me on Twitch for all the behind the scenes and all of the live recording of everything that we ever put on YouTube. That's all for now though. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.